Very dramatic music, Richard. 680's Richard Southern joins us. How are you, sir?
It's my business beats that we get to hear at the top.
Was that
Roger.
you doing the drums there?
Yeah, it's me on the drums.
Nice. All right.
Business dance going on.
I don't even want to see it, Richard. I don't. Not today.
Yeah.
All right, let's get on to it. Some new analysis from CIBC finds thousands of jobs that were lost in January in Ontario were not the result of the minimum wage going up. Not that much of a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, that was the question when we found out that 51,000 jobs were lost from the province of Ontario in January. We wondered what the link, if any, might have been to the minimum wage increase going up to $14 an hour. New analysis from CIBC, though, says there's little evidence to suggest any link. The job losses, the bank says, weren't where they should have been had they have been caused by the minimum wage hike. They weren't concentrated in the lowest paid sectors. Most of the minimum wage jobs are found in the food services and accommodation sector, and that particular sector actually saw job growth of 2,200 jobs in January. Interestingly enough, it was one of the highest paid sectors, the scientific and technological services sector, that saw the steepest drop in employment. So it doesn't look like it's related, Roger, to the minimum wage hike, but the bank says it could take a few months for any impact, if there is any, to show up. So jury might still be out on this one.
And with an election coming up, we may hear some of those numbers from one side or the other, right?
Absolutely, and I think a lot of the candidates for the PC party are promising to put off the other minimum wage hike to $15 an hour, which is supposed to happen on January 1st.
Even roll this one back, possibly. We'll
Right.
see what happens with it. Okay, Prime Minister Trudeau, he's taken some heat on this trip to India, but announcing a big investment deal.
Yeah, the Prime Minister, with his wife, kids, and 6 cabinet ministers in tow, continuing the state visit to India. The trip, though, has yielded some big results. Trudeau announced today a $1 billion investment deal with India, one which the Prime Minister says will create 5,800 new Canadian jobs. Some of India's biggest companies will invest $250 million in Canada in everything from pulp mills to pharmaceuticals to the IT sector, while Canadian companies will invest $750 million in India. Trudeau met with some of the biggest business leaders in the country today, and he also spoke to the media.
We are the 2 largest democracies in the world. One by population, the other by surface area. We should be doing better things together. There's a lot of exciting things that we're doing in Canada, and I'm just very hopeful that more and more Indian investors, companies, and employers look at the opportunity that Canada provides.
And Roger, India's Prime Minister has made a number of reforms recently that have really opened up the Indian economy to more foreign investment.
All right, we'll see what happens. And we're talking about money, millions coming in, but can it buy happiness? New research from Purdue has found that the yearly salary that makes people the most happy. They found the one that works. So,
yeah. What is
Richard,
it,
give me some of yours to get me up to it. What is it? 105,000 by the looks of it right now.
Okay, you're the TV guy.
So you're hoping for no rollback on the minimum wage then?
Absolutely. Ham sandwiches, that's what we're making. Now, get out of here. But, Roger, the average salary one needs to make to be the happiest, $105,000, according to Purdue University. For emotional well-being, basically to stay afloat, $60,000 to $75,000. They actually say earning any more than this, $105K, actually decreases happiness. Now, the average Canadian worker makes much less than this, $51,000 a year. Of course, the question always is, Roger, can money really buy happiness? And the authors of this study says yes, but up to a point. Of course, money can allow you to buy comforts and luxuries, but earning enough of it to afford them could take a toll on your personal relationships. So, interesting food for thought there.
I can see it. I mean, but it'd be nice to have 100 million, because that's what 100 years of 100,000 or 1,000 years of 100,000. I'd be all right with that.
More money, more problems at the same time, Roger.
And going back to being paid in sandwiches, I knew a guy who worked in Midland at the radio station up there. This was years ago. He got paid in trade at different restaurants. They actually didn't pay him cash. They paid him in trade.
It's a labor of love, Roger. You know, that's what it is.
Right. All right, let's move on here. Now, this is interesting. They want to build the world's tallest wooden skyscraper in Japan. Or the Japanese company wants to do it.
In Tokyo. Look at this. This is an artist rendering. It would be a 70-story skyscraper made out of wood. This would be bigger than any building in Toronto, 50 meters taller than the Canadian Place downtown. The company wants to build this 350-meter tall building, 90% out of wood. The other 10% would be steel. The cost, $5.6 billion, about twice the cost of a conventional skyscraper. Currently, the world's tallest building is found here in Canada, out in BC, a 18-story tall building that is the student residence at the University of British Columbia. New types of ultra-strong timber are driving the trend towards wooden buildings. Of course, Roger, the question is, what about fire? And they were saying today that, you know, it's hard to set big pieces of wood on fire, so they actually would see this building as being pretty fire safe. But 70 stories all wood, I don't know about that.
Structurally, I didn't think it was possible to do, but it'll be interesting to see. And yet it's more expensive, too, so it's interesting to see where they want to go with that.
Yeah.
All right, there's a crisis in the UK restaurant business. It's ruffling the feathers of fried chicken fans. Get it? Ruffling the feathers. KFC has been forced to close most of their restaurants due to a shortage of the main ingredient.
No chicken. No chicken. Big problem for KFC, of course. The chicken shortage at the UK KFC caused by delivery problems with the company's new delivery partner there, DHL. About 600 KFCs currently shut down. KFC said it previously picked DHL for its experience in the particular delivery industries that it's working in, and blamed the shortage on testing problems with the new arrangement. So upset, Roger, were fried chicken fans in the UK that they were calling the police. Look at this tweet from a local police department. It says, please do not contact us. This is not a police matter if your favorite eatery is not serving the menu item you desire. A lot of people were calling 999, the emergency number there, to report the KFC crisis, Roger. Now, this problem not affecting North American Kentucky Fried Chicken outlets.
That is astounding. People, you're going to be okay.
Relax. We can get through this together. Get through the KFC crisis.
All right. Okay. Wait, hey, let me try this again. I'm trying to read the question, be all tricky. There's a mythical new ingredient in one particular cereal, Richard. Lucky Charms fans, though, freaking out over a rare change.
Yeah, they're happy about it. Lucky Charms, made by General Mills, announcing that it will be adding unicorn-shaped marshmallows to its cereal. This is a big deal if you're...
That's sacrilege, isn't it?
I know. They're actually going to kick out the hourglass marshmallow to make room for the unicorn. It's the first time in 10 years that General Mills has added a permanent new marshmallow, and unicorn's actually a pretty trendy symbol in the culinary space these days. Roger, you may recall Starbucks had its unicorn frappuccino out last year that went viral. And of course, cereal sales, they're falling quite dramatically, so maybe they're looking for some, new things to boost the sales of Lucky Charms.
They're magically delicious, right?
Never going to get a hold of my Lucky Charms.
I think on that note, Richard, we'll leave you. Talk to you again tomorrow.
Thanks, Roger.
All right, cheers, bye.